welcome back to Soda Time Restoration. We are on the final of the Vendo 81. We finally got here, coming into that home run stretch. Had a little bit of a process that we'll cover tonight, but man, it is coming out beautiful. It is just extremely nice. Obviously, this one's kind of special to me. Hopefully you get to see the delivery of this machine. That's part of the goal, is taking this to my sister and my brother-in-law and actually dropping this off their house. I'd like to get video on it. Somewhere down the road we're going to be doing that. Kind of a long series on the 81. Hopefully everybody's got some good information. As always, hit that subscribe button. We've went over 1,100 subscribers. I think when we started we were about 900, so if you go back to the first video, and I think Sean will probably show you what this machine looked like before and after, it's quite a transformation. But as you always know, the ID plate is our ending video, the final. Pretty cool thing about this year, if you take a look real close to this, that is a 806, so that's 1958 June. Believe it or not, 66 years ago, this machine come directly straight off of the Vendo market, but kind of unique to be exactly the month and the year, this year be 66 years old. So we're going to be putting the ID plate on. So in the video that you're seeing on the Have a Coke, I showed doing the outline and the measurements of setting that up. And if you get your points there and get your corners set up, it's a lot easier. And you'll see in the video as we're applying the decaling on there, that is part of the thing, both sides. I've got a little bit of instruction video on that. The second part of that video was the light assembly and putting the bulb in. The light inside has two pieces, but as you see when you're putting that bulb in, you got two little ears that you need to match up, and you need to turn it a quarter turn. Pretty simple process, a little bit tough to get it in there, but the lens is the trick. And you'll see in the lens video, when you pop that lens in, you will see that it actually goes up into the housing, up into the upper housing, and then you'll see that we're fitting it into the bottom of the housing. The last thing that you'll do on there, and we'll see how this matches up on video, is you'll have a little strap. That little strap is just kind of make sure that lens doesn't pop out. If it's a ribbed one, and in this video you'll see the ribbed one, it's actually the original rib type style that goes in this light on Vendos. They were all ribbed. Now when you go back and probably try to purchase one aftermarket, they may not have those ribs in there. So on the inside, that strap ties in on the back side, and you'll see that little strap right there, and that little set screws got to come out in order for that strap to hold it in there. So we'll kind of kick it off here. We'll get our ID plate going and making an official finale. But yeah, pretty cool. H81D, which D was the large coin mech, the last of the series. Everything after the D that I know of all went into the 60s, and the square top machines began. So let's get the ID plate on there. I always put the original back on. They look kind of rough, but you know what? 66 years ago, this was a brand new plate that somebody else was doing this same thing to. So pretty cool to get to put this back on, especially on my sister's machine. I look forward to delivering this thing and hopefully get some footage of that. But we'll go over a couple things, get some shots so you can take a look at this machine. If you're looking at buying a Vendo 81, and just a little bit of information, if you're looking at buying Vendo 81, the D has the larger door. If you're looking at an A, which the A had a green medallion, and an A had a small door, kind of almost a small door like a Vendo 39 has. Usually just a nickel and a dime mechanism. This was a transition years. If you've been following my videos on this machine, this has a coin mech that actually has the old style coin mech still in it, but they put it in a larger box and still works just like an old Vendo 39 is what I'm used to. But this series then changed to the larger coin mech where you could use a quarter. As you see, this does not have a changer on it. I probably should have put a whited out window there. This one had the window in it, but somebody had taped over it. So I kind of just went back and left that alone just to kind of keep it original, but that is a new glass. While we're talking about the coin mech side of it, let's open it up and I'll show you what I mean by the inside here. All new chrome, all redone, new decaling, the crank assembly, the bezels, sent that all off. If you go back on the videos, you'll see on the stainless, this is the original stainless that we used that come off the machine. We polished it out, knocked the dents out. Hopefully you'll learn something on stainless. Don't throw those away. They can be repaired and look just as brand new, just like that. Let's get inside, give you a shot of the coin mech. The coin mech, as you see, it's got this large body, but it's got the small rejector in it. I had to take this one apart because when you cranked it, it would lock up each time. Somebody had changed this over, and I think when it went to 15 cents, they didn't do it right, and every time you cranked it, it locked up. So if you got one that keeps locking up on you and you've done everything possible, take a look at that video. We had this thing all apart, and I think I figured out where the issue is. Working great today, but all the decaling, we powder coated the cap catcher. I'm starting to chrome these. Used to just hammerite them, but man, it doesn't get any better than that. It probably cost, I'm sure it was crazy money, probably 40, 50 bucks to have that chrome, but it was well worth it, well worth it. Inside, all new decaling, powder coated all the shelves and the cabinet. Lower compressor areas, all brand new. Gary Olson did that part of it for me, did a wonderful job. Thank you, Gary, being a part of this project. Speed and Sport did all the chroming. They're in Houston. Wonderful group to work with. And you're gonna see, we'll do an ending video. As you see, I've got a 16.9. I'm gonna show you, if you've got some plastic bottles and you got a Vendo 81, it is possible to use these bottles. Obviously, I like drinking stuff out of a bottle, regular 8 ounce. I think it's the best tasting drink is gonna be out of the bottle, but if you get into a point where you can't find the bottles, these 16 ounce, actually they're 16.9, almost 17 ounces. They fit in there, they roll down the rack good, but I'm gonna show you something here, get it closed back up here. I'll show you what happens when you try to pull them out. Original key, by the way. Original double-sided key, got to reuse that. Works beautiful. So you're going to drop your dime in, make sure it's in the lock position. Drop your dime in, hit your crank. I'm going to show you how that bottle pulls out of there, so you at least got a little bit of an idea. It pulls through, and I mean it fills every bit of that cavity. So here's the trick, and here's the issue. As you see how that bottle dropped down right there, if you take and flick it just a little bit, it pulls it into the slot. So if you got some plastic bottles, you got some water, it can be pulled through. A little bit of an issue of trying to getting it to roll down into the rack properly because of its size. It rubs a little bit, but hey, it works. I'm not saying it's a perfect thing, so let's drop another dime down. And obviously, let's pull a regular Coke out. And as you see, it drops into the slot where the 8 ounce bottle. So there's a little bit of information there. It's been a fun project. I hope everybody enjoyed the series. It's just been crazy busy. Thanks for viewing. We went over 1,000 on this series. We're at 900 when we started. I think we're 1,100, coming up on 1,200. But thank you, Sean, thank you, and my family for putting up with me through the series. A lot of work has went into this particular machine. Hopefully in the next 30 days that you see a video of the ending where we're gonna put this machine at for my sister and brother-in-law, but it's been a great project, and hey, this one's for you. Yeah, I needed that. Hey, we'll catch you on the next one.